There we go. Okay. I guess just wait now, as always. Wait for the floodgates to open up again. Heck yeah. I put a period on my title. I don't know how many people actually put periods in their YouTube titles. I don't think that many. I just thought about that. Oh, hello! Y'all have arrived! Yeah, I'm back at it again with the streams. And you could be like, Pep, where are the new videos? And I say, my sleep schedule is all messed up and I'm working on it, I swear. Right now I'm working on a Genshin video, like another one, just like a short, dumb little animation. And I also got like a couple animatic ideas, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's how it is. Oh wow, look, it's a little preview of the animatic I'm working on. Woo, look at all this, all that neat stuff. I even got some of them lined. How sweet, eh? Great. Yeah. So, as per usual with these streams, let me just grab my Nito guitar here. Alright. I don't even know if it's tuned. I hope it's tuned. Achilles, 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 come down, won't you get up off the roof. You're scaring us and all of us, some of us love you, Achilles. It's not much, but there's proof. You crazy ass cosmonaut, remember your virtue, redemption lies plainly in truth. Just humor us, Achilles, Achilles, come down, won't you get up off the roof. And that's all I'll say because that song is long. Too long. Alright. Wait, let me catch up with these comments. It's 2 a.m. at my place, and why am I still watching the stream? I don't know. You can either, stay up late and watch me, or you can just go to sleep. Do what you want. I checked the Instagram. Do you do commissions now? Yes, I do. On my Instagram right now, currently, mainly because I'm still trying it out, but I'm thinking that after a couple, then I'll, like, announce it on, like, the Twitter account no one follows and YouTube and see what's up. But yeah, I got some commissions going on Instagram. Cheap commissions because, again, I'm starting out. I wish my voice was... Wait, I wish my voice... I think you mean was that good, man. Hey, I mean, I heard somewhere out there that if you, that every human has the capability to sing, it just takes a lot of practice, so, I mean, yeah. Anyway, so, yes, I'm still doing these. It's been so long since I started it, and I should have finished it, like, forever ago, but no, I'm still, there's a lot of characters. There's a lot. But, it's fine, So, yeah, let me just start up the music. Let me just put it at, like, maybe 30. Y'all can tell me if the music is too low or too high, because I don't know. I don't know how it sounds like in the stream, I mean. So, as always, just in case anybody forgot, I'll do, like, the quick rundown. My school year is over, so I got nothing to do, lol. That's me currently, and let me tell you guys, it's weird, because, like, college takes up a lot of your time, so, like, the first, like, week out of school for me was so weird, because I was so used to having so much to do, because that's just what college does. So when I wake up and I'm like, okay, what do I do today? Wait a minute, I have nothing to do. It was the weirdest feeling ever. Alright. Hey everybody, I'm back. Well, you probably don't remember me because it's been a long time, and it's probably a new audience, but I'm Jackatron. Got a new profile pic and everything, so hi. Greetings, Jackatron. Always, sweet that you're here. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna do, like, the quick rundown of these characters. So, for those newbies here who haven't watched the previous streams that happened, God, I don't know how long ago, basically I wrote an entire, like, novel, basically, of my own version of the King Arthur legend, so, and I got the character designs and all that. Anyway, quick rundown. Alright, this is the main boy, King Arthur. He doesn't like being a king, he doesn't like his fate he was subjected to, but he just kind of sort of deals with it, and he goes through a lot of stuff throughout the course of his life. This is his first and most loyal knight, Sir Bedivere. He's a dog, he's great, he's the most loyal, and he's also just like a really, really kind person, and he never refers to Arthur by name. It's always, my king, unless they're in a stressful situation, and that's an ad. He's also got a sweet-o metal arm because Merlin gave it to him, because Merlin can, like, time travel and stuff. This guy, Sir Kay, the second knight. He's Arthur's foster brother because Arthur was more or less adopted by his family. He's, like, he's kind of an asshole. He's kind of, like, a mean and very brash dude, short temper, but he's also, like, the most serious out of all the knights and takes his job, like, really seriously, and he's pretty much the only reason why they're afloat. Because, like, everybody else just kind of vibes, and he's the only one who's like, hey guys, we have, like, actual jobs. This is Sir Lancelot, the most popular knight. He's the strongest out of all of them. He can literally defeat anything, and he's invincible, and it's to the point that a lot of people don't really see him as human. Yeah, he's also, like, Arthur's best friend, but let's just say that he does a couple things which, if you know the legend, then you know what it is. But for those people who don't know, you know what? I'll probably keep it a secret because I'll turn this story into something in spoilers. These guys. Alright, this is Bors. It's, Lancelot's cousin. He's like, there's not much to him, honestly, because he's not really an important character. He's, you know, he loves his family, although, like, all of his family's dead, but because war, but he cares a lot about his family. He's all about, like, you, me, we're family, man. We always stick together kind of guy. He wants to take his family's land back, didn't work, became a knight, all that good stuff. This is Sir Dinadan, one of my favorites, this guy right here. He never wanted to be a knight, but he became one anyway. He's kind of like the funny one who makes, like, stupid jokes. He also doesn't like women. Yeah. But he's the funny one who's all like, oh, well, chivalry is a scam. It's like, people don't actually care about whether or not you're a good person. It's all whether or not you're meat shield. He's that kind of guy. But he's also, like, funny. Or at least is supposed to be funny. This guy right here is Sir Percival. He basically grew up in isolation because of his overprotective mother, but he became a knight, but because he's been so sheltered his whole life, he's really, like, innocent and doesn't fully get things, so, yeah. This guy is... I need to change the color of his sock thingies. This guy, Sir Gawain, he's the second strongest knight because he was cough cough cursed by a wizard to get strong during the day or something. But he has a lot of, like, anxiety and low self-esteem. So even though he's, like, one of the strongest knights, he believes that he's, like, really weak. Yeah. This guy right here, he is Sir Mordred. He is Arthur's illegitimate son by his half-sister, but hey, we ain't touching that. So, yeah, he grew up to kill Arthur, but, like, as he got to know him, he realized, hey, yo, my dad's actually kind of a cool guy. And so, like, he's kind of an asshole because, like, he was, like, how do I put this? He's kind of an asshole, and he's pretty brash because he grew up in like, an environment where, like, fun is not good. Never have fun. So he's, like, overly serious, pretty aggressive, but is also just, like, a kid trying to, like, figure himself out. And finally, this guy right here is Galahad. He's, Lancelot's son, and he's just, like, the purest boy possible. Like, he's just a pure boy. He's a good boy, and he's nice and adorable, and he's great. He's He's nice. Oh yeah, and he's more mature than his own dad, so that's funny. All right, let me read these comments very quickly. I'm sorry, I was just like explaining who they were really quickly. Anyways, vibing in a party and COVID rules aren't a thing here. Send help. Oh no, maybe you should probably get out of there. Like, yeah, the vaccine's out, but COVID's still a thing. Yo, Pep, just got here from the land of dying from a heat stroke, wondering if I could be cool again and make you laugh. Well, I'm also suffering under this heat. Like, where I'm living right now, in my area where I live, it is like 90 degrees outside. I'm dying. But I'm living through it. I'm very interesting. I'm very interested. I can't read, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. It's, it means a lot, honestly, because, like, I kind of wrote this thing just for myself and my friends, so I'm glad that, like, you're interested. Anyone know how to fast forward streams by any chance? I don't think you can, unless you go back. Never have fun. No, he grew up in an environment where having fun was bad. Abusive mom, basically. Gawain is like Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins, LMAO. That is, like, the funniest thing to me, because, Escanor is an actual character in the legend, but he's not related to Gawain at all. No, he's this guy's grandfather. This guy right here. And he has, like, nothing to do with, like, sun powers whatsoever. No. It's him. He's the one that gets the sun powers. He's the one where the sunnier it is, the stronger he gets. So, I don't know. I just find that really funny about Seven Deadly Sins. We're going to be human beacon in 2050. Yes. Alright, now the actual freaking, the real stream. I just stalled for so long. So I think it was like a 7. I'm just figuring out what the brush size to these things were. I think they were. Okay, yeah, I think they're 7. Alright. So, these other characters, I probably should have eliminated him. I don't even know why I put him in there. Oh yeah, now I remember. It was kind of like, because he is a character in my story, but, like, he's, like, not important in the slightest. I might replace him, we'll see. Anyway, so, we're going on this guy. So, he is Gawain's older brother. His name is Garrus. I forgot how to write his name. How do you write his name? Oh no. It's like that. Dude, I actually forgot how to write his name. Oh boy, wait, let me like look that up. Oh my gosh. I actually don't know. Let me just Google it really quickly. Oh no, that's not helping me. I think there's an H in there somewhere. Ah, there we go. Got it. Ah, I knew I was wrong. I was wrong. I knew there was an H in there somewhere. That is a weird way to spell the name, but that's his name! There, that's how you spell it, Garrus. Weird name. Wait, let me rewrite that. That's a very interesting, it's a different, I think I've been writing his name incorrectly this whole time then. Oh well. Just, yeah. Okay, so what is this guy? What's his deal? So, how important is he to the story? Pretty much not important at all. Like, not in the slightest. Like, he's barely even a character, honestly, in the story. And it's mainly because, like, even in the actual legend, he's just, like, there's not much to him, honestly. But I added him in because, I mean, he's one of Gawain's bros, and he's also a knight, so, like, I had to design him, so that's what I did. But I did decide to, like, you know, give him, like, a little personality and his own little thing going on, because, you know, he needed something, come on. I'm not just gonna make him just, like, take up air. Oh, something's wrong with the pen. He's a side character, and that's all you have to know. I mean, I could say that, but, you know, I do got a few things about him that I made up because, like, the actual legend has more or less nothing. Okay, yeah, I mean, there is a story about him killing his mom or something, but, like, it's not important to the plot of my version, so, like, Alright, so what's his deal? So, because he's the oldest brother, he was basically the heir to the throne. Oh, yeah, because they're both princes. They're princes from, like, another kingdom. Yeah, they're princes from another kingdom, and so he was the one who was the heir to the throne, and similar to Kay, he kind of sort of treats he treats his job, like, pretty seriously, and something's wrong with this pen, and I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe if I do this. I don't know if that'll help, but... yeah. Where was it? Yeah. So, yeah, he's pretty serious, takes his job seriously, you know, because he wants to be, like, the best king he could possibly be at stuff. And that was all until his little brother was like, yo, Garrus, I'm gonna be a knight to a king of a completely different nation. And Garrus is all like, bro, you're a prince. Why do you want to be a knight to a king? Why do you want to serve a king? You're a prince, bro. And Gawain is all like, because he's like cool, man. He's got that sorcerer as a friend. Oh, and he's got Excalibur. He's cool, bro. And so, because Gawain just like decided one day, yo, I'm gonna be a knight to this like completely random person, at least in Garrus's eyes, Garrus is all like, oh boy, he's gonna get himself hurt. I know he is. I need to go with him. I need to go with him and make sure, like, nothing happens to him. So, because of that, the prince ended up serving a king from a completely different kingdom. So, that's fun. Wait. Something about this pen. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's, like, the program. I think it might be the program, actually. Oh, well. Hotspot saved me from leaving the stream. Okay. Where was I? Yeah. So, basically, the only reason why he became a knight under, like, King Arthur's rule is because he wants to, like, protect his little brother and make sure nothing bad happens to him, even though he really, really doesn't want to. It doesn't mean he gave up, like, his status as prince, though. He's still a prince. He's just living elsewhere. And, you know, Arthur's a cool guy, so he doesn't really mind it, doesn't really care, like, at all about it and stuff. Yeah. I think something's wrong with the program, I don't know. Or maybe it's just my ability to draw. Oh, no, it's the program. It is the program. Oh, well, I'm screwed. Ah! That's bad. Oh well, that's the best I'll do. I'll just leave it as that. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe. You know what? If I close that. If I close that, I don't know if it'll help. Maybe. Oh, okay. I see. I'll wait. So the story is adopted. Wait, my brain. Okay. So the story is adopted Boyo gets king and has the stern brother, simp, One Punch Man, and chivalry is Craft Man. Yes, that's in a nutshell what it is. Restart the program, maybe? I don't know. I just deleted the other tab. I'll see if anything changes. If not, I'll restart the program, see what happens. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, he moves in with the king because he wants to, like, protect his little brother and whatever, and oh my god, you know, it's fine, it's fine. I'll just draw from afar. I'm one of those people who draws, like, really, really closely. but I guess I cannot today. Or I could restart the program, but I don't feel like it and I'm lazy. So it's great, it's fine. But yeah, so, he's not exactly thrilled becoming a knight under, like, Arthur's rule and whatnot, but, you know, he's taking his job seriously and whatever. And I have, like, this whole, like, story plot thingy about how, because Arthur, like, yeah, he was adopted, technically adopted, he never really had, like, that family connection, if that makes any sense. Okay, no, that sounds wrong. Like, the family that adopted him really was just a father and son, if that makes sense. And he doesn't really know how it feels like to have, like, a whole bunch of family with him, if that makes any sort of sense. Anyway, so I have this, like, this whole thing about how, like, once he gets the knights more or less kind of, like, become his family and stuff, right? And so because of that, all of the knights are just, like, they're like, yo, Arthur, how's it been, man? And they're all, like, really, like, I'm watching a person frustrating about a program being glitchy. Yes. Oh, greetings, Ocean Man. Yes, my program decided to say no today. Or maybe that's because I'm zooming in way too much. I don't know. It's probably that now that I think about it, but it's fine. Will you do a face reveal? Not now, currently. No, maybe I will in the future, but, like, right now, no. Oh yeah, the stupid little cowlick. I just realized that, Gawain and his brothers are, like, the only characters with these weird little cowlicks at the top of their heads. And it's funny because in my, like, actual, like, my original series with, like, my OCs and stuff, almost all of them have weird little cowlicks. Greetings. It's been a long time since the last stream, I think. I think it has been, yeah. Program is not a fan of binoculars. It doesn't like me drawing so up close. Oh well, I guess that's my fault for me not being able to draw from afar. Yeah, so back to the dumb little story. So, yeah, I kind of sort of have, like, this, I don't know if it's a theme, but just kind of like this thing in the story that, like, oh, the knights are, they basically kind of sort of, like, become, like, a family and stuff, and they become, like, part of Arthur's family, and, you know, they're all, like, really chill and really unprofessional towards each other and stuff, except when, you know, they actually have to do professional work. But even then, they kind of sort of fail at it and stuff, so, like, just imagine a whole bunch of, like, dudes living together, and that's more or less how they all act towards each other and stuff. And, you know, they all call each other by, like, their first names, and, like, professionality goes out the window, again, unless they're, like, in an important meeting or something. And, you know, they all, like Arthur and stuff, and it's all great, but Gawain, not Gawain, Garrus, he's the only one who's, like, about the whole thing. Hello, Tyla Freshwater. He's the only one that doesn't really like this whole family thingy. He doesn't like it, and it's mainly because, like, A, he doesn't like being a knight under, like, a completely different king. But the other reason is he just doesn't like Arthur in general. So, like, I had this, like, story plot idea that he basically voices his disdain towards Arthur, and then Arthur tries to, like, you know, like, I don't know if, he tries to make him like him and stuff, you know, and Arthur's, like, giving him a whole bunch of things, and he's acting really nice towards him, and he's being respectful, but no matter how much Arthur does to get this guy's approval, Garrus is still like, about everything, and it gets to the point that Arthur's all like, what the heck, man, like, what the heck, man? Like, you seem to hate me for no reason. Like, I'm being as nice as possible to you. What's wrong? How are you? I am dying under this heat. That's how I am right now. I'm dying under the heat, because where I'm living, it's like 90 degrees outside. And I was like, yeah, so Arthur's all like, why do you hate me, man? What have I done to you? I'm literally trying to be, like, the nicest guy ever to you, and, like, you still hate me for some reason. And Garrus is all like, no, see, I don't hate you. I just have problems with you. And Arthur's all like, what are you talking about? Like, and then Garrus is all like, well, it's because I don't like, look, I don't hate you as a person, man. I just don't like how I don't like how you act as king. And Arthur's all like, wait, so you hate me because I'm king? And he's like, yeah, basically. And Arthur's all like, why? Why do you hate me because of that? And Garrus is all like, look, I've, like, done some research on you, okay? I've heard about what you've done in, like, the past and stuff. And let me tell you, man, you are, like, probably, like, by far, like, the worst king I've ever, like, heard about in my life. Like, those stupid-ass decisions you did in your younger years, idiot. You were an idiot. And then, so basically starts, like, listing off, like, all of the, like, dumb and immature things Arthur did back in his younger years and whatever. And he's all like, oh yeah, you went to fight, like, a giant all the way in France while your people were getting invaded and stuff. Why? I do, because I do. That's, like, another reason why. He just doesn't like him. Simple as that. That too. Yeah, so yeah, he's all like, seriously, man, you went off to fight, like, giants in France while your people were getting, like, invaded? Like, no, dude, bad, boo. And Arthur is all like, so you hate me because you think I'm not a good king? And Garrus is all like, mostly, yeah. And Arthur's like, okay, let me tell you something, dude. Let me tell you something, dude. I was 15. With the stuff you're talking about, I was 15, man. Sorry, yeah, I was 15. And not only was I 15, like, I didn't know what I was doing. And then Arthur's basically just, like, dumping his entire backstory. And he's like, Garrus, I don't know if you know this, but if you've done research on me, then you probably know that, like, I grew up a poor orphan who had no idea I was related to royalty. My biggest aspiration in life was being a freaking servant. And yeah, like, I was not prepared. When I found out I was gonna be king, I was not prepared in the slightest. I had, like, no idea what the hell I was doing. And Garrus is all like, but wasn't, like, the sorcerer your teacher? The sorcerer is Merlin, by the way. Wasn't, like, the sorcerer your teacher? And Arthur's all like, yeah, but it doesn't mean that he told me everything. Like, yeah, he was my teacher. It didn't mean he prepared me to be king, you know? Like, the most he really did was teach me, like, sword fighting, and that's, like, it, you know? He kept my family lineage from me. He kept basically everything from me. He did not prepare me in the slightest. Now, he was too busy teaching me about trains to actually teach me about, like, politics and diplomacy and all that. He was too busy to teach me all of that, so, yeah, I didn't know any of this, man. Like, I was 15 when that happened. Just, like, imagine if that happened to you. And Garrus is all like, oh shit. I did not know that you had, like, no idea. Like, I knew you grew up an orphan and stuff, but I didn't know you didn't know. And Arthur's all like, no, I didn't know. Like, when I became king, I was, like, unprepared. It's like, in my perspective, one day I was gonna become a servant, the next day I'm the leader of an entire kingdom, so forgive me if I kind of did some bad things. Well, not bad things, but forgive me if I did some stupid things during the first few years of my reign. Oh, shoot. Do you use a drawing tablet or a mouse? I use a drawing tablet. I would not be able to draw with a mouse. Just, I can't. I can't do that. Great, now I need to come up with his colors. I think his original colors were brown. I don't know why. Yeah, his original... Man, I don't know if I want to make it brown, though. Maybe, like... Actually, you know what? Brown is fine. It's a... Maybe, like... But, like, a different brown. Like, a different shade. Or maybe not. I don't know. The story is like a fever dream, LMAO. It's really more of a it's like, I guess, but it's more of a conversation, really. It's really just like, hey, why do you hate me? And Garrus is like, I hate you because you did this, this, and that in your youth. And Arthur's like, yeah, in my youth, when I was, like, a kid who had, like, no idea what I was doing. You know? Like, again, like, oh no, that's too right. Or maybe, like, oh, that's beautiful. That actually, no, that's perfect. Yeah, so Arthur's all like, come on, man, like, 1 second, I just thought I was a poor orphan, like, thrown in the side of the street when I was a baby, training to become a servant. Next thing I know, I'm the leader of a goddamn nation. So yeah, like, forgive me if my first few years of my reign were, I did some dumb stuff. So, yo, just got back, you talking about Tumblr heartthrob? No, I moved on from the heartthrob. I got to this guy instead. Yeah, so Garrus suddenly gains, like, a little bit of respect for him. And he's all like, oh shoot, I did not know that. I didn't know that. And Arthur's all like, yeah, it was quite a thing to happen to me. And Garrus is all like, shit, man, I'm kind of sorry if I insulted you so much. Like, I was under the impression that you actually, you know, trained to be a king, like me. And Arthur's all like, yeah, man, that's just... Well, you know, life happens, man. But, you know, life just happens, man, and you just kind of have to deal with it, I guess. Maybe I could do green. I don't know if I want to do green, though. I guess, no. You know what, no, I'll go with green. Like a dark, muted green. And like an ugly green. Oh, okay, no, that's too ugly. An ugly green, but not that ugly. Yeah, that's perfect. That's good. That's perfect. So yeah, Garrus gains a little bit more respect for Arthur and stuff, and Arthur's all like, oh, great. Now we're good, man. You like me now, huh? And Garrus is all like, oh, no, I still don't like you. And Arthur's all like, wow, thanks. And Garrus is all like, look, I have respect for you. I still think that the things you do as king are a bit childish. No offense. And Arthur's all like, okay, yeah, thank you. And so basically, it's not really a story, just like an idea for him. So basically, the whole thing kind of sort of ends with, you know, Garrus gaining some respect for his king, and Arthur being all like, oh, okay, then I guess not everybody who lives with me is gonna like me and stuff. And even though Garrus has earned respect for Arthur, they're not buddy-buddy. They're not buddy-buddy. Arthur makes good choices. Be like Arthur. Now see, the thing about him is that, like, it's not like he makes, like, I don't know, it's like, he doesn't make bad decisions. Like, I like to think that he is actually, like, a really good king and tries his best. But, like, his biggest flaw is that he hates conflict and he will pretty much do anything to avoid it. People pleaser, I guess? So, like, if a problem arises, then he, like, tries to come up with the quick and easiest solution possible. And that's basically what Garrus doesn't like about him. Oh, yeah, and also the fact that he's a buddy with the knights, that too. Why do I have a good memory? Why the hell do I still remember? Damn you, T-Mobile. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot about that until you mentioned it. Did I give away Blue Eyes? Yeah. I did. But yeah, so Garrus earned a little bit more respect for Arthur, but it doesn't mean that they fully like each other, and Garrus is definitely not all buddy-buddy with the guy. At least not yet. Nope, he's not yet. And unlike all of the knights, because all of the knights are pretty unprofessional towards Arthur, again, unless they're like in an important meeting or something, but most of the time they're pretty unprofessional and stuff, and they're all like, yo, man, kind of thing. But Garrus is the only one of the knights where him and Arthur have like a 100% professional relationship. It's just like, greetings, sire. Hello, Sir Garrus. Here are the documents I want you to send. Thank you, sire. I'll do my best. That kind of thing. Like, super, like, co-worker. Like, yeah, like, co-worker, 100% professional, even though they live in the same castle. But, yeah, that's kind of sort of Garrus's whole deal. Like, the only one of the knights who's not buddy-buddy with Arthur, the only one of the knights who's really professional, doesn't like him but respects him, and, yeah. Imagine you got publicly executed by Arthur just because he doesn't want any trouble. Oh, no, actually, funny enough, like, it's pretty funny, because, like, he would actually do everything possible to avoid execution, because in his perspective, like, if I execute someone, then, like, their family or something might cause me even more trouble. So he'll pretty much do anything to avoid execution. Oh, yeah, and also just the fact that he's also just, like, a guy with a really kind heart, and, like, the thought of just giving the death sentence is really sad for him. I guess, like, to boil down his character, he's, like, a really nice guy, but worries about everything too much. That's him. That's Arthur's character. But, yeah. I thought Garrus was Garens. His name is spelled really weirdly, but hey, that's how it's spelled. And, Alright, so what's the next one? Oh god, this guy. You know what? We're gonna ignore that guy. We're gonna draw another guy. We're gonna draw someone else. We're gonna ignore that guy. Not because, like, I hate him or anything, but it's just, I need to use, like, the head shape, though. Not because, like, I hate him or anything, but let's just say that he's not important to anything at all. He's more of a joke character that I added in, and the only reason why I added him in was because he's in the actual legend, and I was all like, ah, well, I guess I gotta put him in here. So, yeah, we just copy the head, and that's it. Alright. Arthur being too nice is also a flaw. Yes, that's one of his biggest flaws. Like, I think his two major flaws are tries to avoid conflict and is way too nice. Oh yeah, and overthinks. That's the thing. Yo, the guy from the end of the last stream! Yes, that guy. We're not today, kiddos, not today. Not today. Alright, so this guy, make him face this way. Make him face to the left. So this guy, so we have Gawain, we have Garrus, but there's actually a third brother who is pretty much like similar to Garrus. He doesn't really have like much about him. Actually, he has like, I think he has a little bit more than Garrus, but like, it still isn't much. It's like one story element, and that's like it. But I'll draw him in because I already had his design, so, yeah. I already have his design, so, like, just go ahead and do it, I guess. Let me just, like, go ahead and draw him, like, super quickly. Sketch him really quickly. Hold on a second. Wait. Yeah. Let me just, make him a little taller. Just a little taller. Heck yeah. Let's see, what pose could I give him? I'll just give him, like, excited, like, childlike pose, I guess. If I typed like I talked, 200 characters would fill up a hell of a lot quicker. Same here. I talk a lot, as y'all can kind of tell. Like, it's kind of funny, but, like, when I'm, like, texting my friends, I'm pretty much typing, like, entire paragraphs. You know, I can't help but feel that, like, sometimes, you know, I can draw pretty alright, but then other times I'm just struggling, and I don't know why. Alright. I think his colors were like Christmas colors. Yeah, his colors were like dumb Christmas colors because I thought that was funny. I don't know if I think I'll change his colors though, because I don't know. I don't know. I kind of made it Christmas with like red and green, except it's like a muddy red. It's gross red. Because he's serious, and as we all know, serious characters only deserve the darkest and gloomiest of colors, as we all know. I both talk too much and stutter like there's no tomorrow. Well, for me, I talk too much and I also flub my words like all the time. The worst part is when I'm talking about something, but I don't know, but I'm talking about something, but like, there's a phrase that I want to say, but I don't know the exact, well, not a phrase, but like there's something I want to say and I want it to sound really good, but I don't know the exact word to say. I hate when that happens, and it happens pretty often for me. Let me just like make the body a little bigger. Alright. Let's make him look up. Yeah, I'm gonna make him look up. Just like happy, go lucky, excited, childlike kind of guy. It's mainly because he's pretty young, at least in the beginning of the story. And as always, I always find something, something I don't like. No, I don't like it. Summer is gonna be so boring for me. Summer, for me, I don't know how it's gonna be, honestly. Rip, relatable Pep, I always forget what words to use. That is, like, the worst thing for me. I hate when that happens. Mainly because, like, I think the reason why it happens, and it happens to me really often, and I think the reason why for me it happens often is because, like, you know, I'm kind of a writer, I guess. I don't know if I can I can brag about that, but, like, I like to write and stuff, right? And so because of that, when I, like, I like to use, I want to use, like, words and phrases that, like, no, these eyes are bad. I want to use, like, words and phrases that, like, fully encapsulate what I'm, like, trying to say. And when I don't have that, it frustrates the hell out of me. Maybe it's because I'm using... We just use a pencil, actually. Maybe that's what happened. Forgetting what words to use? Nah, forgetting words in general. I live in Canada, so it only gets to t-shirt at best. Uh-huh. And I want him to have, like, big, excited eyes. Come on. They'll do. Good enough. They'll do for now. Maybe one of those, like, dumb, goofy smiles. Yeah, I'll give him one of those dumb, goofy smiles. This way. Sure. T-shirt weather. Ah. Oh. Yeah, nah, for me, it's like, I want to go to the pool all the time for me. It's just, it's too hot. It's too goddamn hot. I don't even live in, like, a sunbelt area. Like, it does get cold, it does get snow, but, like, oh boy, I'm dying here in the heat. I don't know. I think my ability to draw just kind of tanked. I don't know what happened. Oh no. Has art school ruined it for me? Has art school, like, just, like, destroyed my ability to draw? Oh no. Okay, now how about instead if I, like, big happy smile. Big happy smile. Oh no, I can't even draw mouths. No! Maybe it's the heat. Maybe I'm too hot to be able to draw well. This is the best I can muster. Ah, it looks bad, but I'll deal with it. Let me just fix these eyebrows. I don't like the eyebrows. No, I'm hating everything. This was a quick sketch. It was supposed to be a quick sketch. And it's all going bad. Okay, now his hair. I have to remember kind of how his hair looks like because I made his hair a little weird. Oh, hello, random person 1000. Made his hair just like, I don't know. Just have to remember how, oh god, no. Okay. I just need to remember how I did it. How did I do this? Lol, anybody ever read those Humphrey books? When Pep said big happy smile twice, I thought of Humphrey. I've never heard of Humphrey. I'm sorry. If you want to get technical, we're all random people. That is true. Even I am a random person to you guys. Okay. I think I kind of got it. Now I just need to remember how did I do his dumbass hairstyle? I think I gave him like weird stuff that like went like kind of like how he has this weird thing going up, but his is like that. I don't know why I did that to him. That was just a dumb design choice that I was like, hey, let me just do that. And yeah. Or instead, you know what? I just had another idea. I just had another idea for like his like design. Cause like I want it to be like no wait. Like kind of like I don't know. Or maybe I will just keep it like that. Man, I had an idea and I don't think it even, like, it went through the way I wanted it to. You know what? Screw it. It's just gonna stay like that. That's just how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. Yeah, part of me thinks it's the heat, actually. That's, like, messing me up. Because, it's hot, and, my hand is sweaty, and, yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, it looks horrible, but it's the best I got. It's the best I got. It's fine. I'll fix it. I'll fix it with line art. I'll fix it with line art. Ah. Now we can finally talk about them. I know. Okay. Alright. So. Actually, no. Let me make them bigger. Okay. So, who is this guy? Who is this kid right here? Well, so we have Garrus, right? And we have Gawain, but there's a third brother. There's a third brother, and it's this kid right here. It's this guy. He's the youngest out of all the three, and his name is, I should be able to spell his name because it's easy. Gareth. I swear if that's not how you spell his name, I'm gonna be mad. But I'm pretty sure that it's Gareth. Like, that's how you spell it. This chat is usually pretty chill. It is usually pretty chill. I mean, at least it's not what, like, it used to be. Like, I don't know, when I started streaming, where there would be a lot of role players, I guess. And, I mean, I don't mind it too much, but, like, at the same time, it was also just a little, like, oh, okay. You know? Anyway, so this guy's Gareth. So, Garrus and Gareth, they're brothers. He's the youngest brother, because Gawain is in the middle, weirdly enough. So, Garrus and Gareth, yeah, so Gareth is pretty similar to his older brother, story-wise, and the fact that he doesn't, like, he's also, like, he doesn't really, he's not that important to the story whatsoever. He's just like his brother. Like, he's just kind of there and is only really important at the very end, so, yeah. Okay. Why does the king have so many kids? Wait. Yo, remember when people were like, simp and RP with me or go to hell? Yeah, I remember those days. They were interesting. Why does the king have so many kids? If you're talking about Arthur, he only really has one. Everybody else is just knights he hired, and they all act like children. Oh, and if you're talking about these 3 kids, I mean, it's 3 kids. It's not really that much, so, yeah. Also, it's the Middle Ages. That too. I think that's an important part too. So, yeah, so Gareth is pretty similar to Garrus, where, like, you know, they're not important to the story whatsoever at all. The only reason I designed them was A, they're Arthur's knights, and B, you know, they're Gawain's brothers, and Gawain is a little important to the story, so I was like, yeah, let me add their bros in. And, yeah. So, one thing when I was researching about these two guys, one thing that stuck out to me was Garrus and Gareth and just how similar their names were. And I was all like, yo, that's pretty interesting. You know, is there any reason behind that, or is that just a thing people decided to do? And, well, what do you know? There is actually a reason as to why their names are really similar. So basically what happened is that, like, from what I know, okay, I may be wrong on this, so don't take my word as gospel, but yeah, I can't imagine taking care of 3 child. Oh well. But it's fine, they're rich, you know, they got, like, nannies to take care of them. Anyway, that's not important. So, what happened with their namesake, why Garrus and Gareth are so similar, was because in the early days of the legend, because the legend was, like, it started out Welsh, right? It started out as a Welsh legend, and, like, that's kind of how it started out. And so back when the legend was just, like, a bunch of Welsh poems and stuff, Garrus and Gareth were actually the exact same character. Well, if you're lucky enough, the elder one will take care of the younger ones. Yup. Also, yes. Oh, wait. Not until someone tells me what is gacha. I low-key don't believe you. I kind of don't. Just go on with the story, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah, back in the early days of the legend, back when it was still just a bunch of, like, Welsh poems, Garrus and Gareth were actually one character. And, yeah, it was one character with one name. And, I don't know their original name because it's one of those, like, complicated Welsh names, you know? Because if anybody looks at the Welsh language, ooh boy, that's a lot of Y's and W's. I'm not pronouncing it, nor do I remember it all that well. So, yeah, I don't really remember the original name all that well, but basically they started off, Garrus and Gareth started off as, like, the same character with the same name. And then the legend moved on to France, because it got really popular in France in, like, man, I don't remember, somewhere in the Middle Ages. It got popular in France. And, the French, you know, while they were translating it, they translated that name, because, I don't know, France wanted to translate already existing names, I guess. Shoot. So yeah, when it moved to France and they were translating the names, the French had two translations of that person's name. Now, like, and you could be like, why are there two translations? And I could be like, because they're trying to translate a name, which is already, like, if it's not a word name, it's already hard enough. Yeah, Jordan Freeman, if you don't stop spamming, I might, like, kick you out. Just saying. Oh, the video stopped. Where was I? Yeah. So, yeah. When it got translated to French, they, had different translations of the name because they're translating a name, and if it's not, like, one of those word names, then, like, then it's pretty hard. So, and there's also just the fact that, hold on for a moment. Wait, I can't do that. Wait, no. Messed up. There we go. No, it didn't work. I don't think it worked. Oh, man! You could right-click the video and put it on loop. Okay. Fuck. I think that's just like, fuck man, that's just like the message, dude. I don't know if that works. I don't know if that'll work, but I tried something. I tried something. I don't know if that'll even work, though. It's too late for him now. I don't know, man. I've never had to deal with this. God damn it. My streams were like small enough for that it didn't happen. Ah! Darn. That was a mess. I apologize so much for that. I don't know if I even should be apologizing. I didn't even know what was going on half the time. I was just trying things. I was just clicking on the messages and being all like, how do I remove people? Because I remember I did it one time. I remember I did it one time on a stream like way back, but I don't remember exactly how I did it. God damn it. Hello chat, and awesome and peppermint awesome lo-fi pepper. Well, yeah, hello, I'm glad that you like the nice little lo-fi music. It's nice, I like it. It's the thing that got me through AP US History, and, yeah. That was an entire mess. So, I don't know if that guy will come back. I don't know. I was trying something. I've never had that happen to me before, but I know. I'll just, go on with the thing, I guess. Trying to make it all right. Yo, isn't it nice for people to discriminate against you at a camp with pride flags at it? That sounds pretty hypocritical. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Alright. Well, I guess I'll just continue with the thing, because that was an entire mess. Oh boy. Okay, so, one of the things I noticed was that Garrus and Gareth's name were pretty similar. And I found out that there's an actual reason, and the reason why was in the earliest days of the legend, back when it was just a bunch of, like, Welsh poems, because it started out Welsh, Garrus and Gareth were actually the exact same character with, like, the same name and stuff. I don't remember what the name is, and even if I did, it would be too complicated to pronounce, so yeah. But it started with a G, obviously. And then the legend made it to France, and it got really popular in France, and therefore French translations. And the French tried translating the name, because this was back in the days where you would translate people's names, for some reason. So, wait. No, I can't draw hands, like dumb little hand thingies anymore. No, that looks bad. Oh no. It'll do. Ah. So yeah, so the French translated that name, and they ended up coming up with two translations. Why two translations? Well, it's because back in those days, like, official, like, even the concept of official spellings weren't really a thing at the time. And, you know, it's mainly because, like, literacy wasn't it's not what it is today and stuff, so, like, spelling wasn't, like, a set spelling wasn't exactly a thing back then. And because of that, like, set translations weren't exactly a thing either. So when it came to translating whatever the original name was, the French really struggled with that and came out with multiple translations, two of them being the most popular. It's not Garrus and Gareth yet, they were in French. So eventually, England became a thing, and the legend went from France back to England, but England started speaking English, so they didn't really know what was the original Welsh name, and, so the English saw that there was two names in the French version of and the English realized that there was two names on the two different names in the French version of the legend. I can't speak, I don't know why. They realized there were two names, and the English just thought, oh, well, there's, like, two different characters, obviously. Imagine if someone remastered the legend and made it in a manga. I want to do that. Maybe not a manga, but, I don't know. Something. I want to make it into something. Don't mind my profile picture. Oh man. I don't know why. I think I kind of, like, lost my ability to speak. I don't know what happened. Oh no. I'm trying. Where was I? Yeah. So when the legend made it to France, they translated it into 2 different names, and then the legend returned back to England, and England saw these 2 different names, and the English just assumed, oh, well, it's 2 completely different characters. Even though it's not, it was originally the same character, from what I know, and also it's their legend, it originated in their area, but like, whatever, I guess enough time happened for people to forget. So the English just assumed that these 2 names were of different characters, and thus Garrus, and then they anglified the names, and thus Garrus and Gareth were born. Yay! That took way too long to explain, and I hate that it took way too long, and I hope I didn't bother you guys with that. I was just explaining why their names were similar, and it ended up taking forever. I apologize so much for that. Ooh, I would read that manga. One day, man. One day, was it Salwa Oi, however you pronounce it? One day. Maybe, I don't know if it would be a manga per se. Like, my dream basically is to make it into, like, a YouTube series. Like, not like Hell of a Boss or anything, but like, you know, like an animatic series. But if that doesn't work, then I was thinking make it into a comic. I don't know, maybe on Webtoons or something. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, that's why their names are similar. They used to be the same guy, but like they translated it differently, and over time people just thought that the 2 different names were different characters, so that's what happened. So, yeah. Now, I took way too long explaining that. I guess I'll just talk about Gareth himself. So, from what I could tell, actually, he does have more personality than his brother, at least according to my research. And his personality, from what I could tell, or from what it seemed to me, was like young, immature, like trying his best kind of guy. And that was all like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Because he's the youngest out of all the brothers. And yeah, and also, and another thing that also I found out was that, when his brothers became King Arthur's knights, he was a squire, and a squire is basically like what you are before you become a knight, so he's young, he's like, I mean, not a child, but like, young. That makes sense. Let me read this. Bro, I don't know why, I just want to hear people talk. I tried podcasts, but it's just not interesting. I guess it depends on the type of podcast that you're listening to. I think it heavily depends on the type of podcast. Where was I? Yeah. So yeah, according to my research, like when his brothers became knights, he was still a squire. A squire is basically what you are before you become a knight. So he's like young-ish, like I don't know, his teens, I guess. Yeah, like his teens. And I was all like, very interesting. And then I find, like, the only real story this kid has, and I'm like, yo, I like where this is going. My big brain got ideas. So, yeah. So I'll just, sum up the story. It's pretty simple, I swear. So, the story basically starts off with him, well, at least my version of the story, it starts with him, like, moving into, like, King Arthur's castle because his brothers became knights. His older brothers became knights, and he's like, I want to become a knight, just like my big brothers, Garrus and Gawain, yay! And all of that. So Arthur basically hires him as a squire, and he's doing his thing, he's doing his training and whatever. But oh, would you look at that, Sir Kay, that guy right there. But oh, would you look at that? Sir Kay kinda sorta hates him and like bullies him and stuff. This adult man is bullying a child, and while I was reading this story, I'm like, okay, why does Kay hate him? There's no explanation as to why. I had the idea that like he doesn't hate him. He just like he's like a serious guy, as I've mentioned, and he's all like, oh, you're not working hard enough, and you know, that kind of thing. They're like, oh, you're not working hard enough. You're acting just like my idiot brother when he was a child. That kind of thing. And that makes Gareth really, really sad. And he's all like, no, and he's really sad. And then, one day, freaking Lancelot, this man right here, and one day Lancelot swoops in, and he's all like, "Kay, don't say that mean stuff to him," and stuff. And so Gareth is all like, "Oh my gosh, you're Sir Lancelot. You're like the cool guy. You're like the strong guy who nobody can defeat, right?" And Lancelot's all like, yeah, I guess so. One and only." And Gareth is all like, "Wow, that's so cool. You're like one of my biggest like inspirations. You're like my idol." And Lancelot's all like, "Yeah, thank you." And then he's all like, "Oh, you seem to be struggling a lot, especially with that K guy." And Gareth is all like, "Yeah, he's really mean. I don't know why." And Lancelot's all like, don't worry about him. He's mean to literally everybody." And then Lancelot has the idea that, hey, maybe you could work under me. Like, I could take you under my wing and I could teach you, like, everything you know. And Gareth is all like, "Oh my god, yes, I'd love that." Wait, hold on. What's your favorite anime movie? Oh god. I think it'd be A Silent Voice. Although Howl's Moving Castle's up there. Yeah. Mine would probably be A Silent Voice. Howl's Moving Castle is up there mainly because I just love Ghibli movies, and the movie is it's beautiful and it's funny, and Howl's great. I need water. This adult man is bullying a child. Really sounds like Twitter. Yep. Well, Twitter is more like everybody is just fighting everybody all the time, every second of their lives. That's why I hate Twitter. I absolutely hate Twitter, actually. Like, and you could be like, "But you have a Twitter." And I'm like, "Yes, I have a Twitter, but the only reason, to be honest, the only reason I have a Twitter is to follow some artists I like, and to just, like, say something like, hey, I just learned this, hey, I feel dumb because I learned this new feature about microphones." And that's pretty much it. That's all I really use Twitter for. After that, I basically ignore its existence. Oh, wow, guess Pep is my Lancelot, lol. Well, yeah. And now I'm happy that that I am your Lance. Well, yeah, I'm happy that I'm, like, your inspiration, because, like, yeah. That's, kind of what I want to do. I want to make things and make people see them and be like, damn, I want to do that one day, because that's how it was for me. I'll go on. So, yes, yeah, I'm sorry. So, yeah, so Lancelot's all like, "Oh, don't worry, kid, I'm gonna take you under my wing, and I'll teach you everything I know." And Gareth is all like, "Yay," and all that. And so, because of that, he kind of sort of becomes Lancelot's lackey, and, you know, eventually becomes a knight, and they're both, like, partners, and it's all great and stuff. Twitter is like hell. If there isn't hell, Twitter created it. No, Twitter is not like hell. Twitter is hell. Okay? Twitter is hell. That's why I don't like Twitter. Honest to God, like, I'm, like, waiting for the day that I get popular enough for people to start hating me on Twitter. I'm like, waiting for that day. And if that happens, then, I mean, sorry guys, I'm not really looking at your comments anyway, because I barely ever use Twitter. I really only started drawing because of Pep and Alex Clark. Aw. Well, that's pretty sweet, you know? And if you really like doing it, keep going, man. Yeah. I'm getting distracted. I always got distracted. God damn it. So, yeah, so Lance kind of takes the kid under his wing. The kid grows up. He becomes a knight. All is great and all is good in the world. But see, this one little baby problem happens, and it's that Lancelot has a son. He has a son, like, right there. And, see, Lancelot's relationship with his son is very, it's very complicated. Mainly because, like, yeah, they kind of had a complicated relationship, mainly because like the circumstances of Galahad's birth kind of sort of makes Lance a little uncomfortable to like be all fatherly towards his kid, and that makes Galahad, which is him, and that makes Galahad like really annoyed at his father, and he's like, Dad, come on, at least make an attempt to have a connection with me. What is this? So basically Gareth went from Aaron Boyo to Chad Knight. I won't say Chad Knight, but like assistant to the Chad Knight. Yes. Pepper, you inspired me to push myself forward. Huh. Well, I'll say you're welcome. That's not even gonna be a thank you. That's just gonna be you're welcome, and I'm happy that I can do that. I'm really happy, you know? Just like, you know, just ignore the shittiness of the world around us. Just like have fun, chill, draw, talk. Talk about my stupid King Arthur story. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with Galahad is that, you know, he wants to have a connection with his dad, and his dad ain't really giving it. And it's not because Lancelot's a bad guy. He's not. It's just that, like, he's complicated. He's complicated and has a lot of complicated feelings. There's also the fact that he wasn't ready to be a dad. So, yeah, that too. So, yeah, so imagine there's this kid, Galahad, and he wants to have a connection with his father, right? And his father is, like, he's trying, but he's not doing the best he can. And then all of a sudden, he sees his dad hanging out with another guy, with another guy who, though he didn't raise, he kind of took under his wing since he was like a young teenager, and they both have like a great relationship, and that makes Galahad just a little bit jelly, Have you played? Wait. Have you played any other games that ain't Genshin? That's a good question. The answer is yes-ish. I'm not a gamer. Honestly, the only games that I've played beside Genshin is The Sims 4, and I haven't played The Sims 4 in a long time. So I've played The Sims 4, TF2, although I haven't played TF2 in forever. I used to play Minecraft a lot, but I haven't played it in forever. Oh no? I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I'm not a gamer, and yeah, I don't know if that makes me uncool, but I'm sorry. Alright, now his color scheme. We need to come up with this kid's color scheme. Because originally it was all Christmas, but I don't know if I want to do that. I just did it for the joke, damn it. Let's see. I can't do blue. God, no, I can't do blue. I don't know. I'll let y'all come up with a couple colors. Give me some ideas. Just give me some ideas with colors. I'll just keep rambling on about like his thing. So yeah, Lancelot and Gareth become really close. Galahad wants to have a closer relationship with his dad, and he sees that Galahad and Gareth already have a pretty close relationship, mainly because even though they don't have a father-son relationship, they definitely have this like mentor-student, yet they joke around relationship, and that makes Galahad pretty like jelly. And he goes up to his dad, and he's like, "Are you serious, Gray? You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I might go with Gray. That's not a bad idea, actually." So yeah, Galahad gets pretty mad at his dad, and he's like, "Really, Dad? Come on, like, you barely make an effort to have a connection with me." Or, no, more accurately, like, you're not that good at trying to have a connection with me, yet you're able to bond with this boy so easily, and, as dark as my soul. Yeah, it's like, come on, man, like, you try and fail to have a connection with me, and yet you bond with this boy, like, so easily, and Lancelot's all like, no, look, son, you don't understand, okay? Like, I basically, like, I took this kid under my wing, and, you know, he was more or less like my student, and I taught him everything he knows and stuff. So, and, you know, obviously, over time, you know, we'd be pretty close. And Galahad's all like, uh-huh, yeah, and you don't do that with me, huh? You don't do that with me, huh? And Lancelot's like, oh, shoot, I guess I don't. And Galahad's like, wow, thanks, Dad. Thank you so much. So then he goes up to Galahad. No. So then Galahad goes up to Gareth. They all start with G's. And Gareth, you know, he's just kind of like an innocent boy, and he's like, oh, hello, Galahad, how's it been? And Galahad's all like, uh-huh, hi. And, Gareth is all like, what's wrong? And Galahad's all like, look, man, like, look, you're not a bad guy, alright? You seem pretty cool, you're like a really nice guy, you know, you're great, you're a competent knight, you know, you're great, okay? I'm not saying this because I hate you, but mind separating yourself a bit from my father? And Gareth is all like, I mean, sure, I guess, but why? I mean, he's basically my teacher. He's been my teacher since I was a kid, you know? That's gonna be pretty hard. And Galahad's all like, yeah, but like, see, he's my father, right? And, you know, I've been trying to, like, get closer to him and stuff, but, like, he's always hanging out with you instead. It makes me feel, I don't know, a little bit inadequate. So, you mind, you know, I'm not saying completely distance yourself from my dad, but I'm saying, like, tell him to try to hang out with me a bit more. And Gareth is all like, oh, shoot, I didn't know that. Oh, wow, I didn't know that you felt that way. I'm kind of sorry, man. I'm sorry that what I was doing was kind of hurting you. And Galahad's all like, no, I know that you weren't actively hurting me. It's just that, I don't know, it's just me, man. And Gareth is all like, no, man, I understand, dude. Like, I understand. You just want to have a closer connection with your dad. Okay, I'll try to, like, encourage him to hang out with you a bit more, all right? And Galahad's all like, okay. And that's basically what I was thinking. Well, let me read these comments. I low-key want to get Pep to rant about the underrepresentation of Hispanic food and animation. I'll get to that. I'm going to sleep now. It's late as fuck. Oh well, hope you had some amount of fun. I hope you had some amount of fun here. I'm sorry if the stream wasn't, like, at least to me, the stream wasn't as, like, I don't know, active. Well, not active, but, like, funnier, I guess, as, like, the previous streams. I don't know, but I hope you liked it at least a little bit. Let me cap off this little story part, then I'll rant about Hispanic food. Alright. So that's more or less how their little story thingy ends, with, you know, Gareth kind of sort of understanding, because Gareth is not a bad guy. He's a nice kid. He's a really nice kid. He's not like his older brother. And he's all like, oh shoot, I'm sorry if what I was doing was hurting you. Galahad's all like, nah, man, like, I know you weren't trying to do that. It's just me wanting to be, like, closer to my dad. And Gareth is all like, yeah, I'll try to, like, distance myself just a little bit and encourage him to, like, hang out. And Galahad's all like, well, thanks, man, you're actually pretty cool. And Gareth is all like, yeah, you too, man. And that's more or less how I was thinking about him. There's not much to him, like I said. There's really only that. And I think I spent, like, 40 minutes just talking about that one aspect about him, and I kind of have to apologize. Alright. Hispanic food. I'm gonna say that while I'm, like, sketching out just, like, a few more characters, because I'm only gonna do, like, 2 others. I think that's all I need left. And just, we're going to ignore this guy for now. Just for now. Alright. Hispanic food Hispanic food and animation. So, I'm Hispanic, for those of you who don't know. Yeah. So, I'm Hispanic, for those of you who don't know. Alright, yo soy una hispana, no, yo soy salvadoreña, así que mis padres vienen de El Salvador. And I speak Spanish fluently, because it was technically my first language, but I learned English very, very early in life, like when I was like 4 or 5, so that's why it doesn't really sound like English isn't my first language, but it's not. So because I grew up Hispanic, I grew up in Hispanic culture, obviously. And with that culture comes the food. Now see, I love that every time I see a Hispanic in animation, I'm happy, right? Because, like, it's like, yeah, woo, like, I don't know, it just feels kind of cool, right? But the one thing that annoys me is it's not really just the food, but it's also just, like, in general, right? So, like, I think when people have Hispanic characters, or not even that, when people just try to do anything Hispanic, okay, my first gripe, when people try to do, like, anything Hispanic in animation, not just animation, I think just in media in general, it's always Mexicans. Now, see, I have no problem with Mexicans whatsoever, right? There's no problem with Mexicans. Mexicans are cool, right? But I guess my problem is that it's like Mexico is like it seems like to be like the only country people really think about when they think of Latin America. when small head, big body. Fine, I'll give you that small head, big body. Just not out, just wait. What's happening? Oh, somebody asked me to rant about Hispanic food representation and animation, and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go rant about it. I've ranted about this in like other streams, but it's always fun to talk about it. So it's always Mexicans, and I have no problem with Mexicans, but I think my issue is that it's like it seems to me that Mexico is like the only country people think about when they think of Latin America, and anybody who's Hispanic knows that like it's not just Mexico, it is a whole bunch of other countries that fit into the Latino, Latin America, Hispanic lens. Like, we literally cover, like, a quarter of the goddamn globe. I'm just saying. When our people basically cover a quarter of the globe, like, and then people, like, when they think about it, they only think of one country, I'm like, okay. Okay, I mean, there's a lot more of us, and that kind of sort of ties into the food, I guess, too, because, like, I don't know, I guess when people think, because, like, when people think of Hispanic food, they always think of, like, at least in my experience, okay, maybe different for you guys, but in my experience, when people think of Hispanic foods, it's always, like, tacos, burritos, chips, tamales, and that's, like, it, more or less. Maybe a pupusa in there, but that's, like, it. And I'm like, we have so much other foods that, like, people don't really think about. And I love them, and I love most of their foods. I grew up with the foods, right? Now, see, I have, like, no problem with, like, tacos or burritos or anything, right? Like, I like tacos. Well, okay, more accurately, I like tacos fine. I don't think tacos are, like, the best thing ever. I think tacos are pretty, like, they're good, but they're not, like, amazing to me, right? I don't know, maybe that's just me. That's just me. And burritos, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. No, it totally is just me. I haven't eaten, like, so many burritos in my life. I've only eaten burritos, like, a few times in my life. And you could be like, but you're Hispanic. How come you haven't eaten a lot of burritos? And I'm like, I don't know, man. My family are not burrito people. We're not burrito people whatsoever. Like, melon. I love it. I love, like, my history with cantaloupes and melon. I love that. But yeah, so I like tacos fine, and I've barely ever eaten burritos. I've only eaten burritos like 3-4 times in my life. My family ain't really big burrito people at all. But like, there's other foods, man. And look, okay, I don't know the foods of a lot of other Hispanic countries. I'm Salvadorian. Like, my parents come from El Salvador, so most of the foods that I've eaten are like Salvadorian foods, and I'm pretty sure that there are also foods in like other Hispanic countries. But like, I'm just saying that when I think of Hispanic foods, I'm thinking of it in a Salvadorian lens, right? So, some of the foods that we got. So, obviously, we got pupusas. That's probably, like, the most popular thing that, yeah, that's probably, like, the most popular thing, like, us Salvadorians have. Pupusas. I love pupusas. Obviously, I grew up with them. They're so good. It's tortilla with cheese inside. How could you not like that? I love it. And it's really good. We have that drink. What is it? Horchata? I love horchata. Yes. It's a drink. It's so good. I don't even know what it's made out of. I know that there's milk, and I think there's some oats, but I love horchata. It's so good. Tamarindo. I love tamarindo. It comes from like this, like, not spicy. It's like this, it's like sweet, spicy-ish, like, seed. And they, like, mix that in with drink, but, like, the sweetness in the drink overtakes the spiciness, but you still get that, like, teeny tiny baby tinge. So, I love both of them drinks. Wait, I never ate any of those sad cat noises. Well, go try them. Huh. So, tamarindo and horchata, they're, like, my favorite Hispanic drinks, and, my biggest issue when it comes to them is every time my family and I go to a restaurant to buy pupusas, they always ask, what drinks do you want? And they serve horchata and tamarindo. And so my parents are all like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. Both of the drinks are really good. I don't know which one. Like, I'm like, I want horchata because it tastes really good, but I also want tamarindo at the same time. And so it's always a struggle for me for which one to get. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe you guys think it's like not that good, but I think it's delicious. And pupusas, there's different types of pupusas and stuff. There's like, you have the basic, the classic. It's just cheese. It's just cheese in a tortilla. You can have them with frijoles, beans. You can have them with beans and cheese, which is pretty good. You can have, like, cheese and, well, they all have cheese. You could have, like, cheese and, like, I don't know, like this one flour spice thingy, which is pretty good, honestly, but, yeah. You could have them with meat. You can have them with cheese and meat. It can be any meat. It can be beef. It can be pork. It can be anything. All of that. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, for me personally, what's my favorite pupusa? I'm basic. I'll admit. I like the simple. How do I put this? How do I do that? I guess like, no, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, the arms would be higher. I'm basic, and I like the simple. I like the simple old cheese ones. As like, I don't know, or maybe like. Man, I didn't think about this. Fuck, I didn't think about the pose. Damn it. Idea. Much better. But yeah, so I'm basic. I like the simple one with cheese, although the one with the beans are pretty good too. And I like those ones. Those are like my second favorite ones. And that's basically the ones I always get, to be honest. Yeah. So, then we have carne asada, which, like, people, like, I don't know, like, it's probably, I don't know if I could say it's the most famous Hispanic, like, food, but, like, if you live in a Hispanic neighborhood, like me, People are always cooking up carne asada. Now, what is carne asada for you non-English speaking people? Asada means grilled? Yeah, it pretty much translates to grilled meat. That's pretty much all it translates to. It's really simple to make it. Get some beef, put it in a fire, and that's it. And you could be like, oh, well, that's just steak. And I'm like, no. Well, okay, yeah, it is steak. It is steak. But it's not American steak. It's not like American steak. I can't point, I don't know what exactly is the difference between them. Because I've eaten American steak before. Once in my life, I've eaten American steak before. And to me, like, I can't pinpoint, like, what the exact difference is. I don't know. I think it's the way we cook it. Because, with, like, when people think of, like, steak, they think of like that. Oh wait, no, that looks more like a burger. You get what I mean? It kind of looks like that. But, like, carne asada is literally just, like, it's just, like, a piece of meat. Like, oh, this width right here, and this width right here, and that one time I ate I don't even know if it's American steak, but that one time I ate steak in that one restaurant where this width right here, gone. Get that out of here. These boys are skinny. These are skinny boys, you know, that, like, this, like, beautiful roundish shape. You know, usually it could be, like, a little weird, but it's still, like, it still has that roundness to it. Gone. It's just strips. It's just like, we have beef, right? We have beef, and then we just rip it apart into many pieces. That's it. It's a strip of beef that we rip apart into many pieces. And even more is that the color is like, is like grayish. And, like, yeah, the color is, like, pretty gray. If it's pink, if that meat is pink, then you didn't cook it enough. Like, carne asada is made to be, like, dark, and it's made to be, like, almost charcoaly. But, like, not completely, obviously, because, you know, you still have to eat the meat. Skinny boys, thick missions. Yes. What? So yeah, that's how it is. It's like, it has to be like grayish, brownish. Yeah, grayish, brownish. It can't be pink. Sometimes it's a little pink, but if it's too pink, if it's like that reddish gold that people say is really good, you're cooking it wrong. You know, I love hearing I love hearing people rant. It's fun. You know, that like thick that thick circle thingy y'all eating? No. They're thin pieces of beef. And then, I don't know if this is a huge difference, but I'm pretty sure the spices are different too. I don't know what exactly normal steak, I don't know what spices normal steak has, I'm gonna be honest, but nor do I know much about the spices of carne asada, and I've cooked it. I forget, okay? I just put a whole bunch of spices. I think cumin is in there, the spice cumin. Oh, we also put mustard as well. And you can be like, mustard on meat? I don't even know if that's so much of a weird thing, but it's good. It tastes really good when you cook it, I promise you. At least to me, at least. So, carne asada, please, somebody who makes a show, somebody out there, if you want to make a show with Hispanics, put carne asada. I would die a happy girl if you put carne asada there. Yeah. Okay, let me do her sleeves. Yeah. So I would die a happy girl if I saw carne asada in one of these shows. Alright. Out of carne asada. Now we have, let's see. I don't know. Again, Salvadorian perspective, but huevo puya puya. I love it. Okay. Basically, imagine this. It's the best food ever, guys. So, it's an egg, right? You have one of those eggs, right? Those cooked eggs, right? And a tortilla. That's it. That's the food. and it's the best fucking thing ever. Okay, maybe I hyped it up a little too much, but I'll admit most of it is nostalgia. Most of that is nostalgia. But, like, dude, you know, imagine this. You're like a 7-year-old kid. You wake up and you smell the smell of eggs. And your mom gives you a tortilla. And you know, you rip out that piece of tortilla and you dip it. And you dip it into the egg yolk. And so now that tortilla's got the egg yolk and you eat it with it. And then eventually, when the egg yolk is gone, you take a piece out of the whites. You have the whites on top of the tortilla that you still have left and eat it. It's my childhood. I grew up on that food, and I'm pretty sure, like, it's not as good as I'm making it out to be, but I'm just saying that my childhood, I grew up with that, guys. I grew up with huevo puya puya, and that translates to basically, like, I don't know, dipping the egg, something like that, dip into the egg. Puya basically means, like, dip or touch. And you know, you're dipping your tortilla into the, you're dipping that tortilla into egg yolk. Oh, another thing, just tortillas. Tortillas in general. Now see, Mexican tortillas, or at least the Mexican tortillas I've seen in, like, I don't know, in, like, Chipotle, I don't know, or in just, like, actual, like, Mexican restaurants that they have tacos, they're thinny. They're thinny. That makes no sense. They're skinny. They're skinny boys. Skinny boys, and they're flat, and they only have, like, a few little tiny little baby burn pieces. They're really flat, and you can, like, roll them up into, like, burritos, right? But at least in El Salvador, we don't make tortillas like that. Our tortillas, I can't draw. Our tortillas have, like, they're thick, man. They're thick. They're not, like, and they're smaller, too. They're smaller and thicker. Yeah. Huevo puya puya sounds good. It is good, and I recommend. Okay, I don't know if it's that good. I'm pretty sure you guys might try it and be like, it's just tortilla with egg. I don't know what she's talking about. Again, it's mainly childhood, but, like, to me, it was really good, and it was a nice breakfast when I grew up. So our tortillas are pretty thick. They're not, like, thick. They're not thick boys, but they're, you know, they're a little thick, and they're smaller. And not only that, but the burn marks that they have are, like, they're big. They're, like, big burn marks and stuff. And how you make them is by basically, like, getting the dough, putting it on your hand, and you just kind of slap it until it has, like, that roundish shape. And the reason why it's a little thick is because it's easier to take out of the pan, and, yeah. And again, they're smaller, that too. So, yeah, you can roll them up and stuff, but it's not as easy as, like, Mexican tortillas. So, yeah, so if y'all gonna make a story with Salvadorians eating tortillas, make those boys thick unless they're eating, like, tacos. Tacos need to stay thin because it's just easier to, like, pick them up and stuff. Oh, another thing. We eat tortillas with literally everything. Just literally everything we eat tortillas. It doesn't matter if it's, like, soup, or if it's, like, rice and beans, or... Actually, no, I think that's it. Or salad. Well, salad, but, like, along with something warm with meat as well. Just, for most foods, we have tortillas in them. Mexican tortillas are long boys. Salvadorian tortillas are thick boys. You know, that's a good way to sum it up. Yep. Yep, thick boys. Well, again, not super thick, but thicker, so, yeah. But, yeah, we eat tortillas with mostly everything. We eat them with, like, meat, rice, beans, soup. Like, we put them in our soup, you know, yeah, we eat tortillas with mainly everything, and you could be like, why? And I don't know the reason why, but what my mom always says is, oh, if you don't eat tortillas, then you're not gonna be full. So I'm pretty sure tortillas, like, the reason why we eat tortillas with everything is because, like, it makes you fuller, and so, like, the kids are not gonna be like, Mom, I'm hungry, like, 2 minutes later, 2 minutes after eating lunch. It's super hot in most places I see. Yes, it is. Summer, oh boy. I miss the days when summer was hot, but not that hot. Wait a minute. Nah, it's still good. It's still good. But yeah, we eat tortillas with mostly everything, and because of that, you know, I don't know if it's weird to some people, but like to me, it's, you know, I'm pretty used to it and stuff. Oh, rice. We eat a lot of rice. We eat a lot of rice. All right, like we have beans and rice, which is the perfect combination. And I'm talking about red kidney beans or black beans, not that like light brown reddish beans. No, screw those. Those are disgusting. I'm talking about red kidney beans. They're the best beans out there. Change my mind. Yeah, so beans and rice, mwah, amazing. I love it. It's so simple, but it's so good. And like I eat that all the time, and I don't know what it is. I just really like it. Wait, no, actually, no. It would be like, hold on. Summer hits most people like a flat-nosed truck. Yes. Yeah, so we eat rice with basically everything. So we eat rice with beans. We eat rice with salad. We eat rice with tortillas. We put rice in our soup. We put rice in our soup. I don't know if that's weird to other people, but we put our rice, at least like my family, we put rice in our soup. Like, we eat rice with basically everything. Broccoli, we eat rice with broccoli, you know. Steamed vegetables, you better put that rice in there. So, like, we eat a lot of rice. So that too. Yeah, I don't even know where to go. Oh, like, I don't know how good this sounds to other people, but like, one of the dishes I grew up on was arroz con leche, which literally translates to rice with milk. And it's just like, just rice, but you pour milk and then you put a bunch of sugar in it. It's more of like a sweet-ish food. And I don't know if that sounds good to people, but as somebody who grew up with it, I love arroz con leche. I don't know why. I don't know who invented rice with milk, but it's good. As long as you put sugar. If you just put rice and milk together, then it's not going to taste good. But with sugar, it's pretty good. So like, yeah, arroz con leche. I love it. It's a childhood drink of mine. Drink, not a drink. It's a childhood food of mine. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, coconuts. I just thought about that. We eat a lot of coconut. Well, okay. My family doesn't eat a lot of coconuts because we don't live in a tropical area. We live in the US, not in a place that doesn't have palm trees. But El Salvador is, I don't know if it's tropical, but it's got a lot of palm trees, therefore it's got a lot of coconuts, therefore people eat a lot of coconut there. And, you know, coconut milk galore. It's just a lot of coconut milk. And, like, coconut milk to me, it's alright. It's pretty good, I guess. I like the, I don't even know if it's the milk, but like, the fruit part, I guess, of the coconut, like the part that you like actually hold and eat. I like that part. Milk and rice sounds like it's okay with sugar. Do not abuse me. Okay. I don't know. I grew up with it, and I think it's really good. So I have like positive memories with it. Yeah, I have like a lot of positive memories with that. So yeah. Let's see. What else? What else do we? Oh yeah, we grill corn. I don't know how many people out there grill corn, but we grill corn, and grilled corn is pretty good. Yeah, grilled corn is pretty good. I like grilled corn. It tastes good. Oh, one of my favorites. This is more of like street food, like food that you'll just like find people selling in the streets in them countries. At least in El Salvador, I don't know about other places, but it's we call it elotes locos, which means crazy corn. Just imagine this, kiddos. Just imagine this. So like you got corn, right? So like this is corn. This is corn, right? It's corn, right? So stick a stick, right? It's a stick. It's almost like a popsicle, right? You have a stick, and then you put anything on it. Mostly Bam, you put ketchup. Bam, you put like mayonnaise. I usually put mayonnaise because you put mayonnaise. Bam, you put like chili on it, and you just smear it all over the corn, and then you eat it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. I love elotes locos. Usually I put them with like mayonnaise, ketchup, and like a little bit of chili. That's what I do with it. But yeah, but yeah, elotes locos, I love it. It's more of like a street food thingy, but I like it. I think it's pretty good. Shaved ice. Okay, that's not, I don't know if it's even like a Hispanic food, but we eat a lot of shaved ice. I love shaved ice. I think it's really good. Yeah, I like shaved ice. I think it's yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. And the video's over. It's okay, I'm almost done with this drawing. I took way too long making it, but I'm almost done with it. And then y'all are free. So, let's see. Oh, yeah, we have, like, this one drink. I completely forgot what it's called, but it's a very simple drink, actually. It's just water, right? Sugar, and then, like, chop up apples into little dices, and then just apples, maybe a little bit of melon, and grapes, and you just leave it in there. And you just kind of leave it in there for, like, a day or two. And it's good. It's pretty good, actually. Or at least to me, it's pretty good. Oh, yeah, and then food coloring, obviously, because if not, it's just gonna look like water with fruit inside. So they put, like, some food coloring to make it look nicer, so you could sell it easier. And, yeah, that's, I don't know what that drink is called, but I like it, and it tastes really good. I don't know why, but who knew? Putting apples in water and just leaving it there for a few days tastes pretty good. With sugar, obviously, you need to put some sugar in there. Because apples don't have enough sugar to really have that taste. But, yeah, I like that. I like that's pretty good, too. Alright. And then finally, I guess I'm gonna end this off with, like, the one Salvadorian food that I don't like. Oh, we also eat a lot of fish. Yeah, we eat a lot of fish, too. Yeah. Okay, the one Salvadorian food that I don't like. Because, you know, I grew up with these foods, so, like, even the foods that I'm not fond of, I still have, like, positive memories with them. But the one Salvadorian food that I don't like is the Salvadorian sandwich. It's not, first of all, I mean, I guess you could call it a sandwich, but I don't know if I can either. It's weird. So, imagine this. So, you have bread. It's just a loaf of bread, right? You have bread, right? And then you cut it open with a knife. Almost hot. Oh, wow, that looks like a hot dog. But you cut it open with a knife, right? And in there, you know, you put, like, stuff like mayonnaise and stuff. And then, bam, lettuce. Bam, tomatoes. Bam, beef. Bam, bam, chili sauce. And then chicken. Or just meat in general. Like, I know that just sounded like a bunch of random foods just in a piece of bread, but that's what it is. That's what Salvadorian sandwiches pretty much are. They're pretty much just, they're pretty much like, yeah, no, that's pretty much what they are. It's just bread with like lettuce, tomatoes, beef, mayonnaise, meat, salsa, just a bunch of stuff in there, right? And me personally, I know that I may be, like, I don't know, maybe my family won't like me for that, but, like, I just don't like it. I just don't like the food, and I can't draw the little thingy right. I can't draw the dumb little headpiece right. Okay. And that is, like, the one Salvadorian food that I just don't like, man. I don't know why. I just never liked it at all. I think the main reason why is because it's not a sandwich, or at least you don't use, like, sandwich breads. It's literally a loaf of bread. So first of all, I can't even eat that thing in one bite, so, like, that's out the window. And second of all, like, because it has so much stuff, and because it's, like, it has, like, salsa and stuff, like, it's so drippy. And not drippy in the cool memey way. I mean, like, it actually drips. Like, everything drips off. Like, I literally cannot eat that food like a normal sandwich. Like, I have to eat the stuff inside one by one because of just how much stuff it contains. Like, literally what I do when I'm eating Salvadorian sandwiches is, like, I take out, like, I eat the meat, and then I eat the tomatoes and the lettuce and all of that, and then I leave, like, the sauce and the mayonnaise behind, and then I eat that with the bread, because it's just easier for me. And, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I've been streaming for way too long. I think I've been streaming for, like, 2 hours now. I told you that that was gonna be the one to end it off. But, yeah, that's, basically it. Okay, who this chick is, I'm gonna explain next stream. When am I gonna stream next time? I don't freaking know, as always. Hopefully, it'll be either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Hopefully, as always. Yeah, I've been streaming for way too long. I should stop. I should have stopped when I finished drawing Gareth, but I didn't. But, for the people who are still here, I hope you like my mini rant about Hispanic foods. Well, more accurately, Salvadorian foods, as always, like, I grew up in a Salvadorian environment, so when I think of Hispanic foods, I think of I think of that in a Salvadorian lens. But whatever. I'm ending the stream. Who this chick is, oh my god, also, oh my god, it's a girl? What the heck? Who this chick is, I'll explain it next stream, whenever that is, and, let me just save that. And, yeah, that's it. I hope you all liked this stream. I don't know about you, but I felt like the stream wasn't, like, the best it could be. I don't know. I just kept flubbing my words all the time, and I took too long to get to the point, and I'm sorry about that. But, oh well, I mean, it's not a YouTube video, it's a stream. Anyway, I think that's it. So, yeah. That's basically it. That's all I got. Yeah, till next time, I guess, guys. Till next time.